Some quick background. When I first went to elementary, I was recommended to be put in a special ed class. I passed both elementary and middle school with nearly straight A's. The big change for me was high school. I went from a small school with 150 students to a high school with several hundred of them. I went from straight A's to D's and F's. I had to lock in or I would fail my classes. I searched for the most effective strategies on how to study effectively. During the first half of the school year, I slept right after I arrived home because I couldn't keep up with normal studying. This is everything I learned to come back for A's and B's in 3 months with minimal studying. This will sound so basic, but listen. When I stopped daydreaming during class and started to really focus on the lecture, I cut my studying time in half. I know it's boring, but trust me, just try it. If your teacher has a PowerPoint presentation, wait for him to explain the entire slide, then write in the manner you would understand. Don't write in the way your teacher wants you to, when you end up not understanding anything. This is a great strategy because you write down just the important things and not the fluff, and you will finally understand the topic. This goes for notes overall. Write them so you will comprehend them. For example, I write my notes in this fashion. It might not be ideal for you, but they are for me, which is the point. Okay, but what about actual studying? I wouldn't memorize the whole topic word for word. What would I recommend would be reading the sections of the text and giving them their meaning. Let me give you an example. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. You can interpret it as the mitochondria make energy in the cell. The core idea of this technique is to mold the concepts so you understand them. Try to make them as memorable as possible. You are probably used to this. You are chilling the entire half term, and all of a sudden you have like 10 exams coming up. The entire volume of the study materials is so broad you can't learn it all in 2 weeks. Yes, you can pull like 10 all-nighters, but I doubt you would pass all of the exams with good grades. What I would recommend is to review the materials daily for a small amount of time. Why? Simply put, this is linked to our brain deciding what is worth remembering. If your brain sees something as something you don't need, it will forget it. When you review it repetitively, your brain starts to think it serves some kind of purpose. If you find this helpful, subscribe for more. Let me introduce you to this pyramid. In short, this tool shows how much information you retain at time while using different techniques. These 3 techniques on top are referred to as passive learning, which means that you just listen without any practice. The 4 on the bottom are referred to as active learning. This means you actively use them in some form. I would like to expand on the last one for 2 reasons. 1, it is the most effective 2. It refers to another popular technique, which I think is superior to this one. Okay, a quick rundown of the person behind it. Richard Feynman was a smart person, really smart. He was a professor at Cornell's University and won a Nobel Prize in physics. Point is, again, he was really smart. The technique consists of 3 segments. Studying, I think you get this one. Teaching, you try to explain to yourself or someone else, filling in the gaps. If you miss something or say something wrong, read it again, repeat till satisfied. Let's break it down. You review the material, you hit up your friend for a study session, you explain it to him, and he repeats it to you. If he gets it, you did a good job. You check the material if you got everything right. So you are done. If not, repeat. Try to do it after like a day, after studying.